Hey guys, and welcome back to the Hobby Dude 007 channel. Was down at our other property today looking for a chainsaw part in the garage, and started looking over some of my stash that I keep stored down there. And I ran across a couple of resin pieces that I want to share with you. Let's take a look. Over the years, I have purchased a lot of resin bodies. As I said, I keep these stored at our other property. This particular one I picked up at a swap meet 10 or 15 years ago, as I remember. It is a Model Master Rare Flow, and the master is from Jimmy Flintstone Productions. If you're not familiar with Jimmy Flintstone, you can look that up at jimmyflintstone.com and check out his resin work. He's at a lot of the big major shows, and he carries these things. But this was done in conjunction with testers, and the date 1995 on this one. And this is as I said, the Rare Flow, kit number 470, and quite a resin body. This is a curbside, and I think, yeah, $15 is what I paid for it. Somebody was getting rid of it. Well, let's take a look at it real quick. Of course, this is your Rare Flow, and instruction sheet. We'll take a look at that real quick. It's a pretty simple kit, and by the way, it does come with all of this stuff right here. The grill work is photo etch, and this is clear resin. There's your parts list, and that's pretty straightforward as far as the instructions go. I had something particular in mind for this, and it's just been sitting down there for a long time. And then a lot of the instructions on how to prep resin and that kind of stuff. I usually wash it in Dawn, some warm water, and kind of take an old soft toothbrush and kind of scrub it down. We'll look at the quality of these Jimmy Flintstone bodies here in just a sec too. Painting, all that kind of stuff. And of course, since this was done in conjunction with testers, they recommend testers paint, of course. But you can do anything. I had a particular fingernail polish color in mind for this when I picked it up. But let's take a look at the rest of it. There we are. There's our body. Let me get this thing out of the way so we can see it a little better. Check that thing out. Pretty cool, huh? And you know, I've only seen, there's a couple little spots in it, like right here, and that's just raised stuff. It looks like on camera that it's something you'd fill in, but it's actually raised, so that just needs to be sanded smooth. You've got a little sinkhole right there, and I don't think there's another one anywhere on the body. No, I don't see any other sinkholes. It's pretty smooth throughout. This has got the window that goes all the way around, and I've got something in mind for that. Then there's your tag area, and it had a big lug that I've already cut off down here where it was poured, but this thing's got some heft to it as well. But going around, just a bad looking little car, isn't it? I don't do many curbsides, but this is really cool. A little piece right there that'll need to be filed out. And of course down here in the front where that little lug was needs to be smoothed off and rounded just, well, that's not too bad. Rounded just a touch. And the bottom piece, see where the axles go, and that would be the back, I guess. Let's see. Wow, that's a really flush fit. And as I recall, the dual exhausts are sitting beside each other right here. I'm pretty sure that's correct. Yeah, right there. And then the license plate area up there. but a nice flush fit. Check that out. Let's see what else we got in here real quick. Got a brass rod. I guess you cut that for the axle for the wheels, and some really low profile tires there. Let's open this thing up. All right. Yeah, there's our low profile tires and wheels. I think I'll use a different tire and wheel on this. The wheels will be something similar. I may have to get with Miguel. I got an idea for him, and I think he's got something that look pretty good too. Put these back in here. Here is our wing that sits, I think, right about in here. I'm not sure that I would even use that wing. I think it's pretty wicked like that. Then again, that wing kind of sets that off too, doesn't it? That's something to think about. And here is our clear parts. Oh, check that out. You see the, I don't know with the light like it is, the dual, I don't know why they're clear other than that's just what they were cast in. And then there's the headlight covers. And they're rounded on the back, so they'll just drop right into those recesses. Pretty cool, huh? I have about 4 of these Model Master Jimmy Flintstone kits. This was the coolest one, and to be honest with you, I was going to get one of the other ones I really liked, which is a caricature cartoon type. Problem was where it was located, I just couldn't get to it. But I'll save that one for another time. But that's pretty cool, isn't it? I'll black out those windows. And you know that new Tester's black chrome, I think that might look good right around that. And based on the way this looks, I've got a feeling these are more like gull wing doors on this thing. And honestly, the rare flow, I don't remember if this is a real car or not. It looks like something that somebody would do, but I don't know. And here is your rare flow. It says Newton on it. Rare flow license plate, and then there's all that that grill work. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, there we go. The photo etch grill. Isn't that cool? Totally something different. I got too many things on my active build list, as well as the stuff that I want to get done. And getting it done is a totally different story. That, guys, is the rare flow. And, well, it didn't go in there. Okay. Next, I don't even remember buying this thing. And I want to say it's a Jimmy Flintstone. It's his kit number 296. I looked at the box, and there's nothing on it anywhere. And I kept thinking, that's got to be a Jimmy Flintstone based on the number. And it wasn't until I opened it, and I went, oh man, I totally forgot about this. I think this is still available, but honestly, I haven't looked online to see. Sorry about that. And the reason I drug it out, before I show you the car, let me show you what was in there. And this is a Jimmy Flintstone piece. This is, another thing he's got is something called Dr. Flintbone. That's a separate website, and there's some, well, there's some risque resin pieces and figures in there too. And that's part of this, but check that out. Anybody recognize this guy? For us in the South, this is the big boy that stood out front of the Shoney's restaurants and stuff. And then there's his big hamburger that sits on top of it. But this came with this kit, with this car. And that's a pretty good casting. There's no real mold lines or anything. Kind of cool. Now, this car was unique. Y'all remember my 40 Ford sedan delivery with the workbench in the back? Well, this is the first thing that popped in my head when I took this out of the box. It's obviously a wagon, and it's a new modern Mustang. Can you believe it? I'm thinking, oh boy, this one is a little too short to get a workbench in, but you know what? I could pile up the model boxes in the back of that one. But check it out. A newer Mustang. I think this thing's just cool. And, you know, if you've not worked with resin before, I think that's something that we content creators can touch on. I know there's probably some videos out there about working with resin. But it's really not that hard, guys. Big thing is prep work, a little bit of light sanding here and there. And you'll notice right here, you got the marker lights. There's not a pinhole anywhere on this thing. And like most of them, you're going to have to do a little bit of cleanup around the windshield frame, around that. But that's no big deal. Little file or X-Acto will clean some of that up very easily. Very crisply molded door handles. Modify Mustang interior. You know that snap-tight Mustang? It was about the same time this came out, and that looks like those snap-tight things that when Zoe and I did hers, that I think that's what they look like when you just snap them in, and the headlights as well. But you could modify that interior and probably drop it right up in there. And that looks like that same panel for the back where it just snaps in. I like the little wing that they kind of glazed in back up there. Well, not wing, but you know what I mean. I think that looks pretty good. Really cool. But I wanted to share that with you if you haven't seen that. But like I said, that sedan delivery I did of the 40 Ford, I'm thinking that kind of paint job on this would look really cool. Have something a little more modern too. All right, guys. Well, that's it for this one. I just wanted to share that with you real quick. But the Rare Flow and the Mustang sedan delivery. And if he still has it, just try, if you're interested in one of these, number 296. And I may have to break out some of my other resin bodies and get them out and let you see those too. I've got a number of NASCAR ones as well that before certain kits came out, as well as some stuff like the Murata and I think it was Imperial or something like that. And someone had a master of, I don't remember which one it was, but it very much favored Alumina back, God, that was a long time ago. I'll have to see where I can find that thing too. But I wanted to share these with you guys. I thought they were really, really cool. Don't know if this line is still around, but Jimmy Flintstone very well still could carry these things, and these were his numbers. So give them a check out. Look over Jimmy Flintstone Productions. Some pretty good cars there. Pretty unique stuff. All right, guys. Thanks so much. If you're not a subscriber, be sure you hit that sub button. Give us a thumbs up. And I've already started back on to the Challenger. I've got some stuff to get ready for Atlanta, so I've got to wrap that Challenger back up, and we'll be doing a video on that. But I got one other video I want to get up in the next day or so about another project I want to try to get done before the end of the year. So I'll be filling you in on that, and I'll see you later on that, guys. Be sure to visit the Teespring store, and God bless. Hope y'all have an awesome week, and I'll see you in the next video. See you guys.